Welcome everyone to another episode of the Ratchet Report. I'm your host Jeremy. Justin with me again as always. Thank you, and we're recording a little bit early because it's a special occasion, but it's Thanksgiving, so an early Thanksgiving wish to you and to everyone to everyone watching this episode here.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving to you, Jeremy. Happy Thanksgiving, Joel, our lovely producer. Everybody involved in the making of this podcast. I'm thankful for the Panthers. I'm thankful for Bill Zito. I'm thankful for Bob. I'm thankful for everyone in the organization. So much love to y'all. Y'all have made my heart full, especially after winning these two Stanley Cups. So happy Thanksgiving to everybody watching. I love y'all.
Absolutely, and of course, am very thankful to the Heat versus the World productions team. I'm very happy. I'm very thankful to go ahead and have this podcast back. Thankful to go ahead and have a great co-host with me. I'm grateful for everything to go ahead and be where I'm at right now. But let's go ahead and talk about how the Florida Panthers kind of performed this week a little bit. Very kind of up and down if we're looking at last night, because last night was against Edmonton, but we'll get into that in a little bit. Uh, start off the week on Monday. We got half of that game pretty much already covered all on our podcast, but we can kind of talk about what didn't happen,
Right.
which we were what we didn't see necessarily on that podcast, which that the three straight goals that happened in the second period, Vancouver's comeback at the very end, and then three more goals added on by the Panthers afterwards.
Unbelievable. You talk about a wild and wacky game for Jeff Petrie's 1000th game. That's what you got here, man. Unbelievable. We overcame a 2-0 deficit to come back and take the lead, tied it up, and then we went ahead and ran away with it. 8-5, the final. Unbelievable game from Jonesy, Seth Jones. 2 power play goals that night. Marchie continues the point streak. He had a 2-point night. That makes it 11 games in a row, scoring a point. We completely dominated them in shots on goal, 41-15. Unbelievable, fantastic. That's what I love to see from the Cats. Luke Kunin scored his first goal as a Panther, so shout out Luke. Did you know, Jeremy, that Rhino had his 24th 3-point game with the Panthers? That is an outstanding achievement, and that also puts him at 5th place in team history, surpassing the legend Pavel Bure.
Incredible, absolute beautiful move to acquire Sam Reinhart 5 years ago. Bill Zito, incredible. Thank you, Devin Levi, for kind of sweetening that deal a little bit. Thank you,
Yes.
Buffalo, to pressing accept on that trade when you get offered
Thank
that.
you. Thank you, Buffalo.
And thank
Sorry,
you,
fans,
Sam
if
Reinhart,
you're
for
watching
the.
Buffalo.
I'm so sorry, Buffalo fans. thank thank you, Sam Reinhart, for being the beautiful man that you are, because we are 2 rings deep into this adventure where we're going to have at least 10 by the end of this. And Sam Reinhart has done miracles on us, just like Bill Zito has, just like Barkov has, just like a Chuck has. And
Yes.
we continue rolling on.
Oh, real quick before we move into the New Jersey game, shout out Bobrovsky, who surpassed Jacques Plante, Canadians legend, 6-time Stanley Cup winner, 7-time Vezina Trophy winner. He surpassed Jacques Plante for 9th all time in goalie wins in NHL history. So your jersey is going to be hanging up in the rafters, Bob, and you will be on your way to Toronto to the Hockey Hall of Fame one day. So shout out to you, Homie G.
Another one to go ahead and say this is as I was saying before, kind of a shocking move, because when we're really discussing GMs and discussing Panther GMs, we really only have positive things to say when we come about Bill Zito. But one of the probably few rare moves that actually kind of turned out well for Dale Talon, and it's not even something that he's here for. He was only here for 1 year of it. But I guess he can go ahead and I guess we can go ahead and give like 5% credit, because I mean he made terrible moves that offseason, but at the time it was pretty rough for Bob too. But hey, we're now here in 2025, almost 2026, and Bob has 2 rings with the Florida Panthers, and Dale Town has nothing with us. But thank you, Bob, for turning it around at the very end.
Right, that is Dale Talon's legacy when this all said and done. Obviously, outside of the negative, but the positive, that legacy is really riding on that Bob contract and getting him to Florida. Looked, like you said, looked rough at first, but we're 2 championships in, 2 rings in. We've been to the Cup final 3 years in a row with him at the helm. So But I'll give a little shout out to Dale Talon. You know, a little shout out to you, homie.
Dale Talon's legacy will forever be with Chicago and Florida, Bob, and also that one picture when we lost in New Jersey when his head is face palm on the table.
Yeah, and also the We See Red campaign. As a kid,
That
I
is
loved it,
yes.
but
Don't we forget it. We forget about the we see red days and the seventh man days.
right. You know, we're moving on to the good days, and we're moving on to another good win. We beat New Jersey 1-0. That is a Bob shutout. His second shutout of the season, his 51st in his illustrious NHL career, man. Bob stopped all 32 shots that he faced. And, you know, fantastic. Shout out Rhino, though, got the only goal of the night for either team. And it was a beauty, Jeremy, wasn't it?
Oh my God, I am so sorry, Luke Hughes, for having to. I mean, it's just another. There used to be a conversations when we had Eli Manning and Peyton Manning, and we used to say Eli Manning was adopted back then. Luke Hughes, I'm so sorry, man, because your two brothers are insane, and then Luke Hughes got absolutely torched by Sam Reinhart. I felt so bad for him on that play.
To be fair, everyone gets torched by Sam Reinhart, so he
Who
shouldn't take
doesn't?
it
Who
personally.
doesn't? And
Yeah,
hey, Luke Hughes is making a lot more money than I ever will. So
right. Me too.
I mean, what a beautiful play by Sam Reinhart. Again, another like we kind of said before. I mean, who else but Sam Reinhart? And at this point, when we've had Brad Marchand has kind of slowed down his production a little bit, we now have Sam Reinhart go ahead and step up and go ahead and take that and to go ahead and take the torch away from him. So someone else will go ahead and keep on scoring these goals because the Panthers got to win somehow. And Sam Reinhart at this point, it's been all Rhino.
All Rhino indeed. All Rhino indeed. Shout out Jack Devine.
Yes.
He had his NHL debut against the Devils. You know, took the rookie lap. Had about 8 minutes 20 seconds of ice time. Laid down 2 hits and got 2 shots on goal. Almost got an assist during the game. It was a very nice pass. I mean, like you said off camera, Jeremy, he was point per game down in the minors. So, you know, I like we talked earlier. I agree. I think he should be, you know, moved up. You know, I think he should get some more ice time because he did not look like your typical NHL debut out there. He looked like a seasoned veteran,
He was
and
flying.
yeah, he was buzzing, man. I love it. I love watching him play, and I think we should move him up sooner rather than later. You know, but shout out to him. Bob is very up and down. He is our favorite roller coaster. In the Vancouver game, he had 5 goals allowed on 15 shots. Knew it was somewhere on there in my notes. 15 shots, 5 goals. And in the first period alone of this New Jersey game, he made 13 saves. So we love our roller coaster, but you know, if we can get some more consistency the closer we get to the playoffs, that would be great, Bob. That would be fantastic.
Let's just go ahead and let's get Bob to the playoffs. We know what's going to happen as soon as we get there into May and June. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and just carry Bob right there right now. Let's go ahead. Let's just like set his alarm back or something like that and like tell him like, hey, you woke up, you missed like a ton of months, but we're so happy you're back. Anyways, it's May.
Right, you know, lock in, buddy. It's playoff time. We're here.
Just don't tell him that it's in reality we're still in 2025. Just don't tell him that part.
Right, you know, if he asked why are the playoffs going on so long, when is the cup, just shh, don't worry about it. You just reset, refocus.
Why are we playing so many teams? Why are we playing so many teams? I
Don't
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 remember.
worry about it, Bob. Just reset and refocus. You're the man. You're the man. Don't worry about it, Bobby.
Get back. Go ahead and play another game and go ahead and get back on the exercise back with you.
Yeah, man. But we have to unfortunately mourn a loss to the Edmonton Oilers. Um, Not great, Bob. That's all I can say. You know, like we said, he is a roller coaster, and he went down that night. You know, we lost 6-3. Absolute nightmare game for Bob, especially on that first goal. Oh no, man! How do you just let that sneaky slide through the pads, through the skate, man? Oh, I was sick. I was sick. I'm like, please don't tell me it's gonna be one of those nights, and
Oh, and it
it
was.
ended up being one
It
of those
was.
nights.
It
Um,
was a very rare Paul Maurice and Bob kind of down game. I felt like Paul Maurice had one of his rare games where he just was kind of got surprisingly outcoached, and I feel like he wasn't even really outcoached. I feel like it was just kind of Paul doing it to himself there.
Yeah.
And then you also got Bob. I mean, I think the coaching staff overall just kind of didn't play well because they waited way too long to pull Bob, and then we just didn't wait at all to pull Tarasov with 3 minutes left in the game and McDavid having possession.
Right. Like, and he stopped all 12 of his shots that he faced when he was in. He was balling. Like, why did y'all pull up so early?
Tarasov with a beautiful skate save on Leon Draisaitl there in the second period.
Oh my gosh, it was amazing. Amazing. I mean, dude, so we pull Bob after we're down 4-1. This is off 17 shots, by the way. He gave up 4 goals. Not great. That first goal for the Oilers, Roslovic, 25 seconds into the game. Ouch. Then Lundy ties it. Shout out Lundell. Then Roslovic again. So now he's scored the 2 goals for the Oilers. I'm like, man, is he gonna get a hattie tonight? But he did not. Bouchard and Ekholm. If I had to shout out any Oilers, it's them. They both had 3 points each that night. So they balled out, just cooked us.
By the way, Reinhardt again dog walked Bouchard at one point to almost tie the game in the third.
Reinhardt is just the Oilers killer. It's him and Forsling who usually just play their best against the Oilers. It's unreal. I don't know how they continue to do it, but keep doing it, please, especially Forsling, because of course McDavid scores the empty netter. He's not going to score while Forsling's in.
No.
Nah.
He needs a goalie. He needs no goalie in net to be able to score a goal against us.
That's true. Funny fact, I was getting ready for the game and I see my phone rings. I'm like, oh, Sabrango's back in the lineup. That's cool. And then I realized, wait, who's out? Ekblad, late scratch, upper body injury. I'm like,
thankfully, we have been blessed with some good news. It was only an illness, so he should be back in the lineup soon, probably.
Okay, thank God.
That is great news to hear this morning. With that Ekblad really shouldn't be out for too long with that illness. I mean, I saw that last night. I'm like, what? People were saying, oh, no Ekblad on the ice for warmups. I'm like, why is no Ekblad on the ice for? Why is there no Ekblad? He is playing, right? Like what?
Hey, like he didn't go near a barbecue, did he? Like he didn't go anywhere near a barbecue, right?
he unfortunately got a he unfortunately got a. There's something in the waters over there at Toots house. There's something in the waters over there at Toots house.
Gotta be. Because I mean, dude, we were just talking about Hughes being out. I think he like picked up some broken glass or something at a dinner party and messed up his hand. And now we have Etu out with burns from a barbecue accident. So we just literally, and that use is overused. It's a smidge nowadays, but we quite literally cannot catch a break.
Absolutely horrible when it comes to injuries. Last night. I mean, look at if you go ahead and look at who's on the Jesper Boqvist is a fourth liner usually, and he's playing on the second line right now because our injuries are completely decimated. Still somehow, and I saw his tweet last night, and I honestly have to agree. Our lineup last night was still probably so much better than the lineups that we had that we were rolling out back in the Dale Talon era, which is pretty hilarious and also kind of embarrassing.
yeah, simultaneously.
But also we didn't go ahead and really talk about as we're kind of flying by last week, but Winter Classic jerseys announced and released. Already them, especially the Brad Marchand jerseys, already off the shelves. I know you're waiting for your Brad Marchand jersey right now.
Oh yeah, already contacted FLA Team Shop. As soon as they get them in stock, either I will be copying, or unless one of y'all want to bless me with a size 44 Premier, I'm always welcome to take a Marchie jersey, but I will be rocking that. I just got my ticket to the Winter Classic as well, so I can't wait. This will be my first Winter Classic game, and what better way to go than to, my hometown of South Florida. So, growing up in Miramar, hop, skip, and a jump down to Dade County, it's going to be fantastic. And I would not want to spend New Year's anywhere else than back home, surrounded by my family and my friends. So I can't wait. Jeremy, hopefully, I'll see you there, maybe, perhaps.
Wait, we're trying. We're gonna try. We're gonna try. And if
There
we
we go.
can, you best believe you best believe we're gonna go ahead and record a live podcast.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Because like I wouldn't want my background to be Las Olas and the beach, and I wouldn't want to just have all that to myself. We gotta share in the sun and the surf and the sand.
We need to go ahead and have a podcast where go ahead in the background we have, you know, the set of what has been the last two Stanley Cup parades in the
Right.
background.
Get elbow room back there. People partying. All of the donks that roll through on A1A. It would just be peak rat trick report. It will be fantastic.
Exactly. We need that. We need that. We got. We need to go ahead. I need to make sure I can go ahead and get down there immediately for that game because I mean, hey, we're who knows where we're gonna get a Winter Classic again. I mean, we're Floridian after all. This is
Right.
Florida we're talking about.
Exactly. Exactly. And shout out to those uniforms too.
Yes.
I knew when they announced that they were going to do the Winter Classic. In my brain, I was like, okay, they might do like their OG uniforms, but that's too easy for the Winter Classic. So, as any of you guys know, if you've ever met me, my brain is a useless encyclopedia of sports history and knowledge. So, my initial thought was maybe they'll do a tribute to the Tropical Hockey League of like the 30s and the 40s because that was South Florida and Miami's introduction to pro hockey. And sure enough, as soon as I saw the stripes on the sleeves and the socks, I'm like, yep, that's straight out the Miami Clippers. And I'm like, dude, the uniforms are just brilliant, beautiful. The felt crest with the old school looking Panther, very, very fitting of the aesthetic that they're going over. A lot of people didn't like it at first. Some people still hate it. Some people want the
I
OG
was very
leaping
much
cat.
someone who was kind of on the fence with it because I'm like, we have been blessed with such a beautiful logo. When we look at our first one that we had, the one before we went to this new one that's currently in the background right now. Um, which I mean, as personally as someone who's not the biggest fan of our current logo, but will still always celebrate it because this is the logo we've had for so long now, for almost a decade. Can't
Right.
believe that it's almost been a decade already. Um, but I mean, even the Leaping Panther logo with a stick in his mouth and stuff like that. Like we've had so many great logos, kind of even the modern one too. That the newly designed modern looking Leaping Cat. That's the one I kind of expected that was going to be on it. We didn't get that. Instead, we got a vintage looking one, and it took me a while to kind of get used to it. But after what I didn't think I would need was to go ahead and see that tweet of like, oh, we've reimagined the Panther jersey with the Leaping Panther one that everyone wanted to see. And I saw that one, and that's when I realized like it doesn't fit. The
It
that the
doesn't hit the
jersey
same
only
way.
fits with that
Yeah.
vintage logo, and it looks beautiful.
Right. And to your point, I think the modern Leaping Cat, they're probably saving that for maybe eventually, hopefully, we'll get a third jersey or alternate jersey that we can wear. They'll probably save it for that. But I
Why don't we
mean,
just bring back the reverse retros?
yes, just it's so easy. You'll print money like no tomorrow. Just bring it back. Everyone wants it back. So, but the old school cat, very very nice. I love the craftsmanship of the jersey. The felt crest and the felt numbers and letters, and then you got the chain stitching. It's very very old school, very very winter classic-y vibes. A lot of the patches that are on the pants and on the jersey and everything are actual playoffs of the old logos from the Tropical Hockey
Mm-hmm.
League. Like the shoulder patch is straight out of the Miami Clippers
Honestly,
picture. You may have seen it on
that
Twitter.
Clippers patch is beautiful. That is
Absolutely
amazing. I
fantastic. I
mean,
need that on a hat.
yeah. I honestly, at the end of the day, they cooked. They really, really cooked. Like the pants are the two biggest gripes that I'm constantly seeing with this uniform set that and you can call us biased if you want. We're not. We genuinely think this is great. Um, the two biggest gripes I keep on seeing are the logo is not good, and the logo should have been Leaping Panther. They're like, oh, how can you possibly go with one? As I just said, vintage needs to be that vintage. Looks great on this one. Other one doesn't look too great with it. And the other one I'm seeing a lot are the pants and the gloves. And I personally believe that those are they're honestly some of the best parts of the entire uniform set. I think they actually match really well, and they look great in my opinion. Are they a little bit maybe out there with kind of they don't really necessarily match fully, but I mean sure, but they look beautiful in my opinion, and I think
Absolutely.
they're gonna look really nice on the ice. I think they're gonna look really nice in the ice, and I hopefully I don't know if we are or not. I really hope we wear it more than just once.
Me too. And to your point about the pants and the gloves, if I make no mistake, I believe they're more of a gold than a straight up like beige or
Yes.
khaki like the Dallas Stars had for their
Yeah.
Winter Classic, and the Minnesota Wild had for theirs. But in my opinion, it's really gonna make the deep colors of the jersey and the rest uniform
It's gonna
pop
make it
even
pop.
more.
Yeah. Exactly.
Absolutely. I love it. I love when they wear the old school, brown gloves, brown pants, That's just a
Oh, me
personal
too.
preference of mine. I love it. And
Mhm.
I hoped that we would do something like that for our Winter Classic unis, and we did. And, I'm just very, very hyped to see those on the ice, man. Yeah, I can't wait to get mine. So it's definitely going to be one of my favorite jerseys in my collection. And it'll be my first Marchand jersey. So can't beat it.
Especially when we're gonna have at least 5 more years of Brad Marchand playing hockey for us. Hopefully, that's great. But with that out of the way, we go ahead and move on from. Oh, by the way, something I did want to go ahead and talk about during that Edmonton Oilers game last night. Mackie Samoskevich, by the way, that
Yes.
was his first 5v5 goal of the season. That was his goal that came 2 seconds after the power play ended. So something that is a little bit concerning right now is Mackie Samoskevich, which I want to go ahead and jot down as I want to note that down. Still technically 0-5 on 5 goals, really, as this one is technically is technically an even strength goal. However, it came 2 seconds after the power play ended.
Right.
So, um, as good as Mackie Samoskevich that has been throughout his career so far, congratulations on 100 games.
Right,
Um,
right.
I feel like I think we're slowly getting there to the point where I think we're eventually going to see him kind of start popping off a little bit because this is not the same Mackey that we saw last season, and I think when we start getting healthier and he starts getting um, probably better chemistry with his line mates and everything, I think we're going to see Mackie Samoskevich really take a jump.
Absolutely. I agree. And like you said, I truly believe it's because he's been, jumping pairs that he's not used to playing with that, his production is kind of taking a dip. But once we get healthy again, once we get him some chemistry with the people that he's used to playing with, he'll go back to the Mackey that we all know and love because he is a great player, great teammate. I mean, just played his 100th game, so shout out to him, big milestone. And I like I always say, I'm a glass half full guy, so I have hope more than non hope that he will turn it around and he will be able to be a great contributor for the team again, like he was last year. So
So let's go ahead and move on to something that's not necessarily hockey related, but let's go ahead and talk some Thanksgiving.
yeah, I love
Uh,
Thanksgiving. It's one of my favorite holidays.
Before we go ahead, and because I know you have something planned too, but I as I kind of said off camera and uh, kind of sneakily kind of said about, uh, I went ahead and prepared a game to go ahead and kind of play for this game or for this episode with
Ooh,
you, Justin,
I
and it's
love games.
something I like to go ahead and call main dish, side dish, or trash it. And
Ooh,
so this is gonna be Thanksgiving, and it's so I think we're gonna start off a little bit easier with some Thanksgiving meals, and then we're gonna head into some things that are more podcast related. But I'm gonna go ahead and give you. I got 9 topics right here written down, and I'm gonna go ahead and talk to you about them, and you tell me if they go on if they're the main dish, the side dish, or you're throwing it out the window.
okay, bet. Let's
Uh,
go. Let's get into it.
So the first one, I think, something that's a little bit, maybe a little bit controversial because I think we always have turkey at Thanksgiving. That is like the most popular one that you'll always see. Just look at just look at the bottom left and bottom right here on our border. We got turkey right there. Most famous meal when you think of Thanksgiving. But let's start off with ham. Are you gonna? Is that
Ham.
the main dish, side dish, or trashing it?
Mm. Mm. It's mm, it depends on how you are making the ham, but generally, I would say it's a main dish. I mean, because not many people like turkey. You know, it's too dry for them. They like ham better. Me personally, I've never had a dry turkey because my dad has a drum smoker and he smokes the turkey, so it's always nice and juicy and everything.
Ooh,
So love me some turkey, but I
ooh.
also love me some ham. So I'll give it a main dish status.
I mean, I think you kind of have to go main dish there. I mean, ham. If it's, I mean, it kind of depends. And sometimes you go ahead and you get that honey glazed ham, and sometimes
Mm,
it goes it's fire. But I mean, you always have that turkey right there, and then every now and then you also have that you kind of that gets kind of gets forgotten about, but ham there too also complements very well. So let's go ahead and talk about the next one. I got mac and cheese there.
oh, main dish all the way.
Really?
Every plate I make has to have mac and cheese on it because I'm going for like 4 or 5 plates. It's gonna have mac and cheese
Oh
on it every
yeah.
time. Every time. Main dish.
Mac and cheese for me, that's going on the side dish. I have that.
Wow.
Yeah, I have that as a side dish for me. Um, but I mean, I feel like that's another one where you talk about having turkey. You kind of sometimes you got ham there, and then I feel like no matter what, I feel like you kind of have to have that mac and cheese on that table. Eventually somewhere on the table you got to have mac and cheese. Doesn't matter how you cook it. Doesn't matter if you're gonna have that crumble on top. Doesn't matter how you can make it. You got to have some mac and cheese there because it just goes different on Thanksgiving.
Right. And it always tastes better on Thanksgiving.
It
And I
does. It
can't
really
explain
does.
why.
It really does. There's just something about mac and cheese on Thanksgiving that it's different.
Absolutely.
After mac and cheese, something that I feel like I didn't really think about until a few years ago, but I feel like this is something that always goes just so different on Thanksgiving. But Hawaiian rolls.
Hawaiian rolls. You know what? I'm gonna put that on side dish. I'm gonna put that on side dish, But I don't really eat too much of them, But
Yeah,
I'll get me one or two, maybe a couple rolls that day.
we've kind of had some easy ones to start off. The last two of them kind of had to be easy, so we kind of had to throw in something that was a little bit not too easy, not too easy. But I think Hawaiian rolls. Another one that kind of goes different really on Thanksgiving. When I see them, I kind of only think of Thanksgiving really at this point. So um, that's a good side dish one. And now let's go ahead and move on away from food and Thanksgiving necessarily. Let's go ahead and talk about something else. Matthew Kachuk returning for the Winter Classic. Is that a main dish, a side dish, or are you trashing it?
Ooh, I think that's a main dish. I think that's gonna happen because he let it slip on the Wingman podcast that he was targeting around Thanksgiving time to make his return. Not sure if that's going to happen, but from every reputable source that I've heard, he should be back in time for the Winter Classic. Maybe Christmas time might be when he gets back on the ice. So
Imagine,
main dish.
imagine being at Marlins Park and you're sitting there for like introductions, and Matthew Kachuk comes out there, which we haven't seen in like a year.
Oh my gosh, dude, that would be insanity. The place would just explode in delight because we haven't seen him since the season started. So,
There is literally only one place to put that, and it is the main dish. You are eating all that up.
for sure, we boom, kitchen wrist twisting like a stir fry. Come on now.
Oh yes, oh yes.
Yes.
Give me some Migos right there. Uh,
Yeah.
the next one we go ahead and talk about. This is kind of a funny one, but in light of last night, Edmonton missing the playoffs. Is that a main dish, a side dish, or are you gonna trash that?
Hmm. What's their record right now?
I'm not sure, but I know it's not great.
Yeah, I know it's not great. I think they went what 3-3-1 on this East Coast trip that they did, or was it 4-3-1 because they beat us? But not great. Very grueling trip. I think I'm gonna throw it in the trash, man. I don't think they're gonna miss the playoffs. They'll find a way. They'll find a way.
They
I
are
mean,
10-9-5 right now.
oh God. Nah, they'll find a way. They'll make it in the playoffs, even if they have to sneak in. I just can't imagine a team with that much talent, missing the playoffs. They got to catch fire at some point. So You know, I'm gonna throw it in the window, man. Toss that thing. They're going to make the playoffs. I mean,
As I,
who else can we beat in the Stanley Cup Finals if not them?
that's a fair point. Me making that list, I had to put Edmonton there because personally, for me, that would be a main dish. Because imagine the delight that I would have if Edmonton didn't make it. That's
Oh,
amazing.
I
I
would
would be eating
be
that all up.
delighted. Oh
That
my
would be
goodness.
amazing. I personally have that for me as a main dish because if Edmonton didn't make it, that is amazing. But if Edmonton does make it, I mean, it would also be amazing anyways because I mean, we'll fight. We'll see them. We'll see them in the end. We'll end up seeing them. We're also gonna end up beating them again. So it doesn't really matter.
Yep.
Uh,
Win-win.
how about this next one though? Something a little bit wacky and a little bit out there, but an eventual return for Jonathan Huberto to South Florida. Is that a main
Hmm.
dish? Is that a side dish, or is that a trash?
Hmm. I love Huberto. I would love to see him back in a Panthers uniform at some point. Um, I'm gonna go main dish. I don't know if I would want him back necessarily now because of just the insane roster we built up. I don't know where he would fit there, but
And that contract.
yeah, that contract is insane. So I would love to see him, maybe come back for one last really good run with the Cats. Because I mean, his jersey, it's absolutely a candidate to go up in the Raptors. It has to be, right? Like,
Yeah, I like for me personally, it has to, in my opinion. Like at some point, if you're gonna talk about kind of the the kind of history of the Panthers, what I don't want Huberto's legacy to turn into is someone like Buray's or someone like someone else, like Nathan Horton or something else, where
right,
you turn into like a situation where you had players that honestly really didn't want to be here, and he had players that were great but weren't known for being their greatest year. Even though Nathan Horton in my mind probably was his best year, but I mean Jonathan Huberto he bled Florida Panthers. He
yeah,
bled for this team. He meant so much to this franchise. He meant so much to this community. And I feel like at some point you have to get into that conversation when he retires. If he doesn't come back, that he has to be up there in the rafters. And I feel like you have to put him next to Barkov. Um,
absolutely. And I just don't want Panthers fans to, fall for recency bias. Like this dude
yeah.
was the heart and soul of the team for a long time, and I don't want his legacy to be remembered as the other guy in the Kachuk trade. You know what I mean? Because he
Yes.
was so much more than that. Personally for me, and just as a big contributor for the franchise. Man, he did so much charity work outside of the ice, and he was so great on the ice. I'll never forget that 115-point season. That was unbelievable. Um, but I would love to see him come back. Maybe I would love to see him retire. Hang up the skates with the Cats. So that's a main dish for me. I want to see Hooby Dooby Doo. I
Another
want to hear Goldie
one
call that
last
one
Hoopy
more
Dooby
time.
Doo from Goldie would be
Yes.
so fun. Imagine if we go ahead and bring it back for like on like one of our final rides. We make it to the Cup Finals, we win it, and we have on stage, and we have Goldie again, introducing the Cats on stage, and you have one last Hoopy Dooby Doo back on Las Olas.
Oh, dude,
That would
I
be
might tear up, man. I might tear
that
up if
would be
that
so
happens.
nice to have. But that's a for me that's the main dish because I mean that would be as someone who I mean I grew up watching Huberto. That would be so fun. As much as I would like to put that as a side dish, I feel like there's no point in putting that as a side dish because there's nothing better that could happen in this
Exactly.
situation. Um,
Exactly.
and I feel like trash it would be a little bit too harsh on him because I feel like he's already had to deal with too many harsh things the last few years, dealing with the fact that the Panthers have been significantly better without him.
Well,
And I feel
dealing
like
with
that
the
doesn't
fact
need
that
to
he
be
has to
mentioned
play
both.
in Calgary to begin with, like,
He at least
geez.
has Lomberg and Weaker with him.
He does, but he does play in a stadium, arena that is quite literally crumbling. So, I mean,
Yes,
although I love the Saddle Dome, I want to go to a game before they end up knocking it down. Historic venue, but
it
you
is. It
know,
really is a historic venue. I feel like it's kind of gone to that point where it's kind of like how Rexall Place was before that one was torn down.
mm-hmm.
Um, and so similar to again, just like Jello Arena too. I mean, we're kind of getting into that day and age where we no longer have these old barns that are now being knocked out in favor of these new ones, and when you go ahead and talk about those ones, you got like Joe Louis Arena, Rexall Place. You got the
Right.
Saddle Dome right now, and like that is amazing too.
Well, if you looked at the PWHL, the Pacific Coliseum looked absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, it did.
It looked fantastic, man. I don't know why, but it just seems like the games are always brighter. Like the lighting is so much better in there than any other arena.
It looks really nice.
Yeah, definitely want to go see a game. Got to go see the Golden Eyes play. So
I'm sure
yeah,
the PWHL is would probably be so fun to also just get to a game and also watch too.
absolutely.
Also, I'm so happy that those
Do you
games
think
are kind
South
of.
Florida will support a PWHL team?
Oh man, give me a PWHL team in South Florida.
I would go
I
to so many games if I
I
was
am
in
so
town.
happy that all those games are kind of streamed on YouTube too, and like you can just watch any game for free. That
Yes,
is so nice. No other league's doing it. Credit. I mean, I get it, they're new, but I mean that is so nice. Brings in so much more advertising for it too, since they're free games that you can just watch whenever.
yes,
Um,
fantastic. And the product on the ice is very good.
it
That's the
is. It
thing.
really
Like
is.
it's very compelling. It's easy to watch. Very exciting. Some of these goals and these endings to these games are unreal. Like I always try to put on PWHL to tell people if you've never watched hockey and you don't really want to like get into the web entanglement that is picking a team and rooting for them on Twitter because hockey Twitter can be hell sometimes. Watch the
Yes.
PWHL. It's great hockey. And it's very, very exciting. It's very fun. These women are balling out here. So,
Anyone
watch
who's watched
PWHL.
like anyone who's watched like parts of like I mean the Olympics, whenever you see like USA versus Canada in the Olympics is always so nice to watch. I mean, how many times have we had rivalries with Canada when it comes to women hockey? I mean, women's sports in general when it comes to the Olympics, it's amazing.
It
And we
is.
go ahead. We now have a whole league for the PWHL, which is so awesome. And I think that is going to continue rising because I mean the attendance looks great so far. I feel like everything has been mostly positive. Um, and that is awesome to see. And I mean, just like you said, hopefully we can go ahead and get a team and stuff. That'd be so good. Go ahead and get a
Yeah.
team. Go ahead and get a team in Sunrise. Let's go ahead and get our team in Sunrise. We can go ahead
Yeah.
and
Put one in Atlanta while you're at it too. I would love to not only be able to catch Gladiators games, but also an Atlanta PWHL team as well. I mean, the arena is perfect size for it. I think it seats about 11, 12K. So yeah, man, let's go get a team here too.
well, speaking of Atlanta and speaking of hockey in Atlanta, here's my next one. NHL returning to Atlanta. Is that a main dish, a side dish, or are you trashing that? I mean,
That is the dish that we came here to see, ladies and gentlemen.
yes, it is.
Listen, I am tired. I love my team. See this team right here? See this team right here? I love this team with all my heart and all my soul. But my wallet cries every time I have to travel to a different state just to watch my team play. It stinks. It's terrible. So I would love to not only be able to watch my team, maybe at the most an hour drive away, but I would also love to be able to see the sport grow here in Atlanta and in Georgia because it's still a pretty big sport here. Like consistently, whenever the Stanley Cup Finals is on, usually the top market that watches in viewership that doesn't have a team is Atlanta, Houston, Kansas City. And we're always in the top three here. So a lot of people still watch hockey. We have a lot of youth and adult roller and ice and street hockey leagues here. I believe wholeheartedly if we do get a return to the NHL, it's only going to grow. And I've just had a blast being able to talk to people about, oh, yeah, I do a podcast for the Florida Panthers, the hockey team. And they're like, oh, yeah, I remember when the Flames used to play here. Or, oh, yeah, I used to go to Thrashers games all the time with my sons and my daughter. And, they still have the love of the sport. They just need actual ownership that knows what the heck they're doing and that's committed to building a winner. Because similar to our situation in Florida, we had ownership and general managers that did not care about winning and did not want to do whatever they could to put our franchise in the best position possible to win Stanley Cups. And naturally, the people can only support for so long. They're not just going to pack out the house for trash teams all the time. And because, I mean, look how much you're competing with in South Florida. You got the beach, you got the club, you got all these different parks and all the different other sports teams that are winning when they are winning. But, you have to make it grassroots at this point for Atlanta to get people involved and get people wanting to bring hockey back and get the buzz in because there's already a love for the sport. You just got to create the hype and you have to get ownership in place that knows what they're doing, that is committed to spending the amount of money necessary to not only have a great place to play and a great place to watch, but to also get the best team lined up as possible. That you can go out there and you can compete for the playoffs and compete to win Stanley Cups and big trophies and stuff. So I am all for the NHL returning to Atlanta, bar none. That is the main. I don't even know if this is a word, but it's the mainiest dish.
There's only one place to put it. That is main dish. You have to. I mean, my favorite era of hockey was being able to watch, Keith Ballard go ahead and tear off Vokun's head in Atlanta. I mean, that's the only thing you got. It's that main dish again. We only have
Right.
one trasher so far, which is from you, and that is the
Oilers
Edmonton
missing the playoffs. Yeah.
I don't know if we're gonna get any more of these, but let's go ahead and get into another one, non-Panther related, but something that's going to be coming to an end soon with this great era of hockey that we've been able to watch over the last 15 years. But how about this one? One final Ovechkin versus Crosby matchup in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Is that a main dish, a side dish, or is that trash?
I definitely put that in main dish. I want to see it. More specifically, I would like to see us take on the Capitals with Crosby on our team. I've been hearing rumors that we might try to go after him if he's available. And if so, that would be unreal to take on Ovechkin, who was almost a Florida Panther, but you can't draft someone using their leap year as an excuse to draft them early. So, but I like to joke around that he was an almost Panther versus golden goal scorer, multi-time Stanley Cup champion, Sidney Crosby. Could you imagine Crosby uniting
Golden
with
goal?
Marchand of all people?
Oh my God! Can you imagine? You got a team that their goalie coach is Roberto Luongo. Your one of your captains is Brad Marchand, and you're bringing in Sidney Crosby, who's like, I mean, you're pretty much just assembling your 2010 Team Canada roster.
Right. It would be unbelievable. Dmitry Kulikov in there too.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
you talk about the unction.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It very much is the unction, and that is. I mean, that is just a battle. I mean, personally, for me, I want Crosby to stay in Pittsburgh because I would love to see Ovechkin face off against Pittsburgh one more time. I mean, there is not one. There are very few rivalries that are better when they were at their peak than Washington against Pittsburgh, especially in that era.
Mm-hmm.
We were blessed with some of the best rivalries during that time. We had Boston and Montreal. We had Marchand, Subban, and them, and Chara, and I mean Plekanec. You had uh, so many other players that were like just during that rivalry that was so great. You had Boston and like Vancouver when you had Tim Thomas and you had Luongo. Like you had like that rivalry was great from the Stanley Cup Finals. And Ovechkin versus Crosby was so fun to watch, like every single year.
Absolutely. Don't forget, it was 2000s, but late 2000s when we had that back-to-back run of Red Wings and Penguins.
Yes.
And then they both end the exact same way. They try to get a shot on goal and they don't get it. And then Red Wings win. And then the exact opposite happens to them next year. And the Penguins get the dub. It was just, you can't write a better script than that. That's unbelievable.
We had some of the best hockey moments from over the last 15 plus years.
With Doc Emmerich on the call and the games being on NBC too. Just peak.
I mean, also, by the way, I don't know. I personally did not even realize. I didn't even know this was a take. But watching and going back and watching these moments, if you guys ever do it, do not look at the comments because I have never in my life seen so much like hysteria. I was seeing like, can we get a better announcer? Can we get a better announcer for this? And they're talking about like Doc and they're like, how did we get such awful announcing? And I was like, why are we having Doc Emmerich like hate discourse in
Right.
2025? Like, what's
Like,
going on here? I'm
where
like,
is this coming from? This dude is a legend.
there is no better hockey announcer that we will ever see in our lifetime than Doc Emmerich, and we
Right.
are so unfortunate to not be able to hear one more. It rattles around back there right now.
Exactly.
We have no Doc Emmerich to watch. Well, can you imagine if we were able to watch a Stanley Cup Finals from the last 2 years with Doc Emmerich on the call, listening to Doc Emmerich
Unbelievable,
announce the
man.
Florida Panthers were Stanley Cup champions?
That would be unbelievable. Here's Reinhardt coming in, sweeps the leg over the shoulder, and he scores! Sam Reinhardt, the Florida Panthers take the lead in Game 6. That would be
I
unbelievable.
mean, come on. It would have been so nice to be able to have Doc Emmerich right on that call. I mean that's just
One
off
of
topic
my
for me, but
one of my favorite Doc calls of all time was the Martinez goal to win the Stanley Cup. He was
yes,
just so
yes,
bewildered at the fact that they scored. He was like, he scores! Martinez, the Stanley Cup! And then he just goes radio silent and lets the
yes.
entire crowd have it. That's what I love when announcers give the moment a chance to breathe and let the arena and the crowd and everything talk for him. Because what else can you say at that point? Like, it's just peak. As a sports broadcasting nerd, that's peak right there for me.
Uh, I would hate to go ahead and get off topic. I mean, I personally, I think I think there is another time where we're gonna go ahead and keep on going into these great electric calls, but let's go ahead and get into. I got one more. I got one more to go ahead and
Okay.
give you, and we can go ahead and get into what you have planned. But the last one, we're getting back on Florida Panther team. We're gonna go ahead and get back to the Florida Panther team, but um, main dish, side dish, or is it going in the trash? But Sergei Bobrovsky being extended one last time and retiring as a Florida Panther.
Ooh, that's the main dish, man. You gotta have this man. We cannot allow this man to retire on any other team. I'm sorry, Flyers. No, he
Don't
has to
even talk about the
retire.
Flyers, man.
Do people
Just
still remember those
they
Flyers years?
they went ahead and gave Ilya Bryzgalov the net over Sergei Bobrovsky. They gave Ilya Bryzgalov the net over Sergei
Hoover
Bobrovsky.
Bobrovsky, dog. That's crazy work.
Another
Crazy
man's
work.
trash is another team, Columbus.
Yep,
Treasure.
man. Columbus, man. That's crazy. Wasn't he the goaltender when they swept the Lightning? Their
Yes.
President's Trophy winners?
Yeah. That's basically what got him that payday against Florida. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
he had kind of multiple years where he wasn't like he was peak, but he was like, also like wasn't necessarily at his peak because that I mean those teams were kind of weird because those Columbus teams were like so stacked like heavily at top.
Right.
And then you had kind of like nothing at the bottom. But I mean that team had Bob and Net, and like they were able to sweep the Lightning in glorious fashion.
Oh man, dude, I was chirping every Lightning fan I saw, man. That was such a great series to watch, man. As a Tampa Bay Lightning hater myself, it was fantastic. And I have a lot of friends who are Lightning fans. I love them to death.
Oh, me too.
But your team, man, it was just so fun to watch them get eliminated in the way they did, especially after being a record-setting President's Trophy winner, and you can't win a single playoff game.
I mean, that's another one. That's another one that kind of goes in the main dish. I mean, Bob, he's done so much for this Florida Panthers organization. He got us 2 rings. He's gotten us to these. He got us what basically felt like him and Kachuk only doing their lifting everyone up during that run against when you had to take on Boston, Toronto, and then Carolina back in 2023. He
Right.
was one of the main reasons we were able to go as far as we were. Same with Kachuk. But without those two players, you don't make it anywhere close. You don't even get to the playoffs, most likely. Besides Alex Lyon, of course, having that Linsanity run. But
Oh wow, yeah, man,
I
Lion King.
mean, that has to be main dish. I mean, he really just needs to. He's going to be in the rafters at some point, I think, again. So I mean, I feel like just like kind of similar to Huberto, I feel like he has to. That's another one I'm eating all the way up because I mean, as
Yeah,
much as I don't want to see another Sergei Bobrovsky roller coaster game. I mean, he's my private account's name. I mean, Sergei Bobrovsky right there.
Right. Exactly. But yeah, man, there's a lot of main dishes for me. I'm going to gain like 35 pounds. So
You are not showing up to work the next day.
no.
You're sleeping in.
Yeah, the itis is already setting in.
Yes, it is. But let's go ahead and get into what you had.
Yes. So in honor of Thanksgiving, I have prepared a list of 5 Panthers Twitter accounts that are coming to my Thanksgiving dinner table. We got to have a group of people who love the cats, love talking cats. And then, some who I think I really enjoy their vibe. They're very chill, very cool people. They've been nothing but nice to me. So, yeah, let's get right into it. Obviously, we got some big names on here, but these are some of my friends. Gotta bring in at Metal Panthers. Brian, you coming to the table, homie G. Bring your appetite. Um, really cool dude, man. I love his chirps at people who are clearly losing arguments on Twitter about hockey. So they immediately resort to his profile picture, try to make fun of his looks and everything. And he's like, dude, you're like the 17th billion person to do this. It doesn't faze me. You've lost. It's so funny.
It doesn't. It's just it's old. It's old. It's old at this point. They just keep on
Right.
doing it, and they are just constant losing. I mean, and it's Brian. They're trying to make a good looking person sound ugly.
Exactly. Like this dude is handsome as heck, and y'all are just trying to cap on this app.
You have if you as soon as you have to resort to how a person looks or how a person's name sound or making fun of their person, you already lost. You're changing the subject.
Yeah. You're done. You lost, man. Like you're done. But yep, Brian, welcome to the table, homie. My guy Kachuckle on Twitter, one of our glorious leaders of Panthers Twitter on this app, man. Bro is a master troller, master rage baiter, and just a overall cool dude. I actually got to meet him at Elbow Room the night before the last parade, and he was like, I was like, yeah, man. So what do you do? Because we didn't realize who we are, because obviously he doesn't show his face on Twitter. And yeah, I run a Twitter page called Kachuckle. I'm like, dude, you're Kachuckle? And I'm like, because my homie introduced me to him. I'm like, bro, you're Kachuckle. And he popped open like, dude, Justin, you're in Atlanta. What are you doing here? I'm like, you know me? I'm like, heck yeah, man. You're Panthers Twitter royalty. I'm like, I did not know I was Panthers Twitter royalty, but that's pretty cool, I guess. But yeah, man, gotta bring Kachuckle in there. Welcome to the table. Please bring the mac and cheese. I know you make some good stuff there. Miami guy Dylan. Got to see my guy Dylan. Last I seen him was at the FSU Miami game at Doak Campbell, because I believe one of his relatives goes to FSU, so he was there for the game, and we just ran into each other on a whim right in front of the Unconquered statue. So that was very cool. Got to throw up the U with my boy. He was also at Elbow Room that night. Legendary night. Dude, Jeremy, I wish you were there, man. We were just partying and dancing and having fun. It was unbelievable. I'll never forget that night. Just a great night with great people. And fantastic. The cats came in shortly after we left. So of course they come to Elbow Room after we leave. But definitely gonna bring him in. Gotta bring my girl at Cassie Covello. Cassie coming through with the outfits like your boy does for Panthers game days during the playoffs. But I love her outfits. I love the blog that she runs. The inspiration behind the outfits is also very nice touch there. She shows an incredible passion for the team and for the players and for the organization. And she just loves sharing her love of the game with us fans. And it was very evident from when we met at Elbow Room. But I know this is going to be a recurring theme. Everybody I met at Elbow Room. So, but she's awesome. Just the sweetest, great woman, great girl. And, hopefully we will meet each other again at the Winter Classic, because you already know both our fits going to come through in the clutch. So we're going to have to get a picture together. But, yeah, welcome to the table, Cassie. And, yeah, I mean, obviously outside of me, because I'll be at the table. I mean, last person who else would I bring to the table if not you, Jeremy? You're the person who got me on the podcast here. You're the person who I love talking hockey with, probably the most out of a lot of people on Panthers Twitter, because you're so knowledgeable about the team and the history and the game, and you bring such a unique perspective to all of those things when we talk. So, I mean, shout out to you, Jeremy. Real talk, man. You've been nothing but a blessing ever since we've met. And it's been nothing but a blessing since I've been on this podcast with you, just talking about the cats, man, throwing them rats. And, you know, obviously you're going to come to the table. I mean, you're going to bring your appetite, right?
Oh, easily. Come on. I'm going. I don't know who's gonna eat the most there, but I'm going band for band with them.
Let's
Or
go.
I'm challenging for the heavyweight belt of who eats the most food there.
Let's go. Let's go. But yeah, that is my first annual Panthers Twitter Thanksgiving dinner table. So, shout out to everybody. If I did not say your name, it's all in love. Just know I love you. We will be saving some food for you. So get down, get you a plate.
I let's go ahead and do mine. I
Yeah,
mean, first, I mean, like we were saying off camera too, but I mean, we kind of have similar profiles and everything, and we kind of know everyone else too. But I mean, just like you already said, I mean, Metal Panther's got to be there. Brian's got to be there.
for sure.
You gotta have Mel. I mean, I've met Brian. I met him for the first time back in 22, back at the Florida Panthers versus Washington Capitals game 1.
Oh,
Met
nice.
him there. Also met Dylan there, but I hadn't met Dylan. Ironically, I kind of met him technically past that back in 2019.
Wow.
Um, but I would say you also got. I was like Brian's got to be there. I've met him sometimes. Met him at got to meet up with him again at game 3 against Tampa. That was awesome to see
Nice.
him. But I mean, Brian's been he's like a cornerstone, a legend of Panthers Twitter. Like
Yeah,
you gotta have him in there. Um,
absolutely.
Another one, again going to another legend basically of Panthers Twitter, but you got to go ahead and have you got to have Dylan in there. Dylan's coming to the table.
For
I
sure.
mean, he's also helped me out so many times on my videos, where he's gone ahead and done a voiceover for me. Both of them, I believe, have gone. I want to say both of them have gone over 1,000 views. So shout out Dylan for making my videos that much better.
Let's
Um,
go, Dylan.
and
Let's go.
being the voice in the background for my hype videos and getting Panther fans hyped up for the 2024 playoffs. But Dylan, he's coming to the table. Um, After him, I mean, I gotta have my co-host Justin here with me. I got Justin's gotta be there. I wouldn't. You gotta have him there. Um, I mean, he's been such a great co-host for me to be able to talk with. I mean, it is so much better, in my opinion, having a person to be able to talk to, someone that knows what they're talking about, a diehard Panthers fan with such a great backstory behind him, someone who posts such great memes on Twitter, by the way, on has great knowledge of fantasy football and is so great to be able to talk to. So I mean, Justin, you're welcome to the table again, just like I'm welcome to yours. So I mean,
Yes,
it's only fitting. But I mean, so far we got 3 for 3 on like people who are basically coming to our table. But
for
I will
sure.
go ahead and
Much
get
love,
off
man.
a little bit here. I am going to go ahead and welcome to the table for mine. My buddy, Dr. Paul Maurice, my buddy
Oh
Logan.
yeah.
My buddy
That's a
Logan,
good
welcome
that's a
to the
good pick.
table. I got to go ahead and welcome him from the old group chat days, and as as I'm as we both are known as, he's known as Dr. Paul Maurice, and I'm his lawyer. So I will always be Dr. Paul Maurice's lawyer, going back to the 2022 or the 2023 days now. So I'm going back to those
Yeah.
days. But Logan, he's got to come to the table, and
Yes,
then
yes,
one more
for sure.
pick, and it's really hard to come up with another pick and having like one more person to go ahead and welcome to the table, and it is so hard. But I'm gonna go ahead and welcome Kobe Preston to the table too.
Yes.
I got into the chance to actually. I mean, honestly, it's really hard because it's between him and Eric. Uh,
Mhm.
I mean, you got those two more people that are awesome, and also in those kind of group chat groups that I was with and everything. But Colby is a little bit more iconic because of the. I mean, his trolling is
His
elite.
trolling is top tier, man.
But I mean,
Absolute
I
master
gotta give an
surfer.
honorable mention to my buddy and Eric. I mean, I gotta give an honorable mention. Actually, okay, wait, I can't do it. I can't do Colby. Actually, I gotta welcome Eric. I forgot he also got me tickets last year. He gave me a
Hey,
discount. I gotta welcome him to the table. I can't go ahead and diss
okay.
him. But
But we're saving a few plates for Colby, though, right?
we have to. I mean, his trolling over Boston just with Dylan and last night too when he went ahead and had the McDavid ringless picture again. Like, I mean, Colby's got to get. He's getting food. He's getting food saved for him.
Yes, yes. Well, I mean, if we're doing honorable mentions, obviously your boy got the Rat Pack friendship
Absolutely.
bracelet, so we're bringing all the girls in, Bailey, Alex, Jen, Natasha,
Yep.
all everybody, y'all got to come through. Y'all got to come through.
We're
Y'all been
welcome. We're
nothing but
welcoming everyone at this
fantastic
point.
to me. Uh, I mean, it's absolutely unreal their dedication to the team and to the players, and they always rep the Cats, no matter where they are, no matter who they're talking to, and it's those kind of fans that help see a team and a franchise remember what they're doing it for. So much love to y'all girls, man. We'll see each other at the Winter Classic, and I will be wearing the wristband too. This is like the good luck wristband. It's like almost every time I wear it during the game we win. So
We
got
gotta
to.
keep on wearing it.
Got to keep on wearing it. I'll wear it for the next
They brought
game.
us good luck. They brought us good luck.
Indeed, indeed.
Hopefully I'm there with y'all.
Yes, hopefully. We'll have to go to Flanagan's when we both get in town. Rib
I've never
rolls
been
on
to
me.
Flanagan's.
Oh my gosh, Jeremy, no. Ever been to Flanagan's?
I've never been to Flanagan's. No.
Nah, rib rolls on me when you get there, man. Rib rolls on me. We need to indoctrinate you into the ways of the green cup.
Well, this is already an hour plus long episode, but again, if we want to just go ahead and say, all the things we're thankful for, again, so happy and so thankful for this podcast, the Heat versus the World Crew. Joel, our producer, our amazing producer,
Yes.
everyone on that side of things. Again, just like Playback Sports again, for welcoming us to be able to watch the NBA games and be able to talk Miami Heat over there every now and then.
Sorry to cut you off, Jeremy, but I did DM Playback Sports about them potentially getting a contract with the NHL and us streaming NHL games. They said, but they don't have an update on it yet, but they would love to do that. That
Come
is something
on,
that they're actively trying to
come
do.
on,
So
let's go.
best believe when they get that update, you and I will be doing watch along streams for the Cats. So
That is so hype. That is so hype.
yeah, man, love Playback, man. They're fantastic. Such a great organization that allows us to watch the Heat games and come together with other Heat fans and come together with other fans of teams that who we're playing against. It's a great way to build community.
It absolutely is. I love that. Hopefully, we can go ahead and get that soon. That would be awesome.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, like I was saying before, I'm so thankful to have a great co-host. To go ahead and have such great friends that I've met through Panthers Twitter. Um, so thankful for family. So thankful for everything. Um, and so hopefully everyone that's watching also has such a great Thanksgiving. And I hope everyone has some mac and cheese, some Hawaiian rolls, some turkey, some ham. Hopefully everyone's got everything that you like at your table.
Yes. Yes. Get you some collard greens, get you some green beans, some sweet potato pie,
Get me
all the
some green
good
bean
stuff.
casserole.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I can go for some of that right now. Not gonna lie, but yeah, man, I'm super thankful for my family, my friends, my absolutely extraordinary co-host Jeremy, just the best producer out there, Joel. Everybody, like you said, involved with Heat versus the World, Playback Sports, Playoff Sports Network, just unbelievable group of people who genuinely look out for me and have my best interest in mind. So my family, who has been so supportive of me on this podcast and just everything that I've done, in my life. So, shout out to my best friend, Dustin. Love that man. I'm so thankful for him. By the way, he may want to come on the podcast for the episode when we play the Blackhawks. So just
Oh,
hint,
come on, let's get him
nudge.
on here.
Yeah, man. We got to get him on. He was actually on the stream, I want to say last night or night before the last Heat stream that we did when we played the Warriors. So Yeah, man. He loves talking Blackhawks. He thinks Connor Bedard is going to save them, but we'll see. But thankful for each and every one in the Panthers organization. But most importantly, I'm really really thankful for all of you guys who watch our podcast and interact with us on Twitter and everything. Because without you, this wouldn't be possible. Without your support and your likes, your comments, your shares, your subscriptions, everything, we would not be where we are today. And it's so nice to have an audience to, spill our love out for this hockey team and for the sport of hockey. And, you guys have been nothing but absolutely fantastic. We hope there are many more of you to come in the future. And, just much love to each and every one of you guys for watching. I'm so thankful for y'all.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, we've been rambling on for long enough. Do you want to go ahead and I think it's time to wrap up a bit, but time for your magical words.
Yes. Like, subscribe, comment, tell us how we did, tell us how handsome we are. Thank you so much for watching the Rat Trick Report. Until next time, go Cats! Throw rats, baby. Woo!